work ethic, competitive spirit, teamwork, desire. Whether playing sports or running a business, these are essential traits of a winner. The qualities that made James R. Crane a great pitcher for the Mules are an integral part of his business success.
I grew up in St. Louis and had two sisters, one older and one younger. Went to a private grade school, Grace Chapel, and then a private high school, Luther North. I was approached to attend CMSU by the coach Robert Tompkins. I was a baseball player and he was an acquaintance of my high school coach.
Crane decided to attend Central Missouri, where his head coach, the late Robert Tompkins, proved to be a positive influence on and off the field.
He was kind of a very disciplined guy, but kind of let each person develop their own personality and then kind of worked around that and was able to meld a pretty good team, some pretty good teams when I was there. He was a very kind man and a very focused man. If you had a problem, certainly he would address that and help you in any way he could.
Following his freshman year in college, tragedy struck as Crane's father died.
I was considering not returning to school and just continuing working. I had a pretty good job loading trucks, but a union job. But Coach made a special effort to say, hey, you need to get back to school and finish school, and actually came and visited me and said, you know, you got a lot of potential.
Crane returned to Central Missouri, and the Mules qualified for postseason play in the NCAA Division II Baseball Championship. Crane set a Central Missouri record that still stands for striking out 18 hitters in a single game. The Mules went on to finish fourth in the nation.
We had a good year that year. The team had a number of great players, and you know, it's just one of those years where everything comes together. It was struck out the first 12 batters, and you know, they came out in the fifth inning, laid down a bunt, so the next guy kind of got it under the chin. But we finished the game with a 2-0 win, and it was a lot of fun. And I can remember it like it was yesterday, and it's something you'll never forget.
In 1974, Crane was selected as the MIAA's Most Valuable Player and earned honorable mention All-America honors. He completed a Bachelor of Science degree in Industrial Safety in 1976 and began working in the insurance industry.
And when I was about 28 years old, a fellow that I went to high school with called me up and said, hey, I'm selling air freight in Houston, Texas. I think you could do that. And I knew him pretty well, and I figured if he could do it, I could do it. At that point, he offered me a job. I loaded up a U-Haul in Kansas City and moved to Houston, Texas.
In 1984, Crane started Eagle USA Air Freight with a $10,000 loan from a family member. The company has grown into an international corporation known today as EGL, Eagle Global Logistics. EGL generates annual revenue in excess of $3 billion.
We created a business model domestically that really had underpriced a couple major competitors by not owning airplanes and having unions and assets, non-asset-based model. With that model, we were able to really scale the company very quickly with some tight controls and computer systems that a couple people helped develop.
The company went public in 1995, and by the year 2000, annual revenues had soared to $1 billion. Allowing EGL to acquire an existing international freight forwarding company. EGL now has 10,000 employees and more than 400 facilities in 139 countries.
Well, we're in the heavy freight business, so we don't compete with Federal Express and UPS and DHL, so our product is heavy freight. You know, we have a number of services: domestic air freight, domestic trucking, local pickup and delivery. We do ocean freight, air freight internationally, and customs brokerage. And we actually will manage inventory in warehouses for some of our bigger customers.
Crane's hiring philosophy is to bring proven winners to the company, those who have demonstrated success in the industry. He also emphasizes teamwork, and who knows that better than an athlete?
You know, the competitive nature, the determination, and not liking to lose really works well in the business environment. About 4 or 5 of our executives, one of them played professional football for the Eagles, one played basketball for Long Beach State. And when you're working in the service business, you really have to work as a team, and they understand that, and I think that's been of great benefit to the company.
Crane has always remembered and financially supported his alma mater, and it's making a difference. The Central Missouri baseball team has won more games since 2000 than any other NCAA baseball program. Since 1994, the Mules have won 10 regional and 2 national championships, games Jim Crane often attends.
I tell him all the time we wouldn't be where we are without him, and you know, he's a very humble individual and says, oh yeah, you would, but we wouldn't. Our baseball program wouldn't have achieved the national success and all the successes we have on the field without Jim Crane.
Crane's most significant donation helped realize the dream of his late coach and fellow Central Missouri Athletics Hall of Fame member. Completed in 1998, the Mules Baseball Complex now bears the name James R. Crane Stadium, Robert N. Tompkins Field. Crane's lead gift of $1.2 million built the stadium. Since that time, continuing support from Crane has provided improvements such as chairback seating and new turf. It's considered one of the best baseball facilities in all of NCAA Division II. UCM head baseball coach Darren Hendrickson says Crane's level of support and vision is unique at any level.
You got it? He is the model citizen of what it's meant to be a student athlete. I mean, because it's his experience in athletics in college took him and vaulted him into a position where he is today through a lot of hard work, discipline, all the cliches that we run into in coaching and playing.
Crane's contributions have also included scholarships and the creation of a season-opening series dubbed the Clash of Champions, featuring Division I baseball power Rice University and Central Missouri.
I was sitting at dinner one night with a couple friends, and the Mules had just won the Division II title, and then Rice had just won the Division I title, and I said, man, it would really be great if I could get those two teams to play each other. And a couple of my buddies said, well, you'll never get that done. I said, well, we'll see about that. But it took a year from there.
People that really understand college baseball know that that's like, you know, that would be like our football team going to play a USC or somebody like that. That's the equivalent of it. Or basketball playing Duke, or, you know, Jim arranged that whole game. You know, without him involved, that game doesn't happen. He would call it a little thing, but a big thing to get our program above the rest of Division II baseball.
In addition to helping the Mules compete, Crane still enjoys the challenge of athletic competition. In October 2006, he was named the nation's #1 CEO golfer by Golf Digest magazine. Their rankings included chief executives of Fortune 1000 companies. Crane is also a partner in the world-famous Pebble Beach golf links.
Last summer, Coach Hendrickson and myself and Dave Dufresne went and spent a couple days with him out in Monterey, and we played Pebble Beach and played several days of golf. But the whole time he's playing, he's working 2 or 3 cell phones the whole time, talking to people all over the world, but yet playing a great round of golf.
Crane and his wife Francie live in Houston. They have 3 adult children, Jared, Crystal, and Trey. He's CEO and the largest shareholder of EGL, president of the Crane Foundation, and is a board member for the Houston Museum of Natural Science. Despite this busy life, he remains an ardent supporter of the University of Central Missouri.
What drives me to do that is to see the young kids that come through there and the opportunity and the experience they get by playing on a team that's very competitive and that can work in the national spotlight. I think all of those kids, like myself, will have some good memories of that and some team building. I'm sure they'll turn into very nice people and be a benefit to the communities that they go back to.
Mr. Crane, you are the best. The baseball team congratulates you. You've meant so much to our program, and we look forward to a lot of great years ahead.
Please join the University of Central Missouri Alumni Association in honoring 2006 Distinguished Alumni Award recipient, Mr. James R. Crane.